Hi there, I'm Seitz, and today I'm sharing with you my 2 favorite double stop practice hacks for violinists. I got my coffee, scream, and no sugar unfortunately, and my notes here. But before I get to my actual hacks, I want to make sure and share with you my 3 very important rules for safely incorporating double stops into your practice routine. Number 1, always warm up before you practice double stops. Number 2, be careful with amount of time you practice double stops, especially if you're just starting to incorporate double stops into your practice. It should literally be minutes at once. And make sure after 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes tops, make sure to take a break or switch to a repertoire that doesn't have double stops for a while. And then finally, if you're tired, it's better not to practice double stops. Just wait till you're rested, maybe tomorrow, and do it right after you warm up before you're too tired. Now that we got all the precautions out of the way, let's get to it. Hack number 1 will help you to improve the accuracy of your intonation in the thirds. And it's based on different natural tendencies in intonation in major thirds and minor thirds. If you're not sure what they are, major thirds are the ones that consist of 2 whole steps, and minor thirds consist of a step and a half. And so this is how it works. If you're performing a major third, suppose you're using a third and the first fingers to play that third. You're playing the third and it seems to be out of tune. The first thing that I need you to do is to actually squeeze those fingers together a little bit closer than they are. You'll be amazed, but 95% that will fix your intonation in the major third. And the opposite is true of an intonation in the minor thirds. For example, if you're performing a third with the fourth and second finger and it seems to be out of tune, what I want you to do, I want you to actually stretch the fingers a little bit further apart. Again, 95%, if not more, this will fix your intonation. So that's it. That's my first hack for your thirds. For major thirds, try to squeeze the fingers a little bit more together than they naturally want to fall. And then for the minor third, do the opposite. Stretch those fingers a little bit out. Now for my second double stop practice hack. And this one is good for any type of double stop because it has to do with improving your sound while playing double stops. We all know how difficult it is at first to create a beautiful sound when you're just starting to play double stops, and we all realize why that happens. It's because all of a sudden, instead of playing on each single string, your bow has to now find the new path on 3 pairs of strings, right? So that involves different angles, so it makes your body super uncomfortable, and for a while it doesn't know what to do, so it ends up just compensating with extra pressure, right? So obviously, there's a very easy exercise of playing on pairs of open strings to get your body used to that. But even that exercise, you can really improve and make more effective if you employ this little trick that my first teacher who taught me how to play violin taught me. And this has to do with visualization. So I'll bring my violin a little closer so you can understand what you need to do. So suppose you're going to be playing a double stop on strings D and A, right? So instead of thinking, okay, I'm gonna just make sure that I always have my bow on both strings at once, what you can do, you can think, look right here on your bridge and imagine that right there in the middle between those 2 strings that you're going to be playing, there's one more string. That will be your imaginary string that is right in the center between those 2 strings. And when you're trying to produce a sound, you need to visualize playing on that imaginary string rather than trying to catch 2 strings at once. I tell you, this has an effect on your sound that's nothing short of a miracle. Immediately, if you're able to visualize this and play on that, focus on that imaginary string and make the sound on that imaginary string instead of trying to make good sound on 2 strings at once, somehow your body right away gets what it is that your goal, what is it that you're trying to do, and it immediately relaxes, it finds all the right angles, and all of a sudden your double stops sound beautiful. Well, this is it for today. I really enjoyed making this video for you. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends violinists who would like to get better at playing double stops. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and don't forget to hit a little bell, because that way you will get notified when I post my new video. And by the way, speaking of new videos, you realize that next week, Wednesday, falls right on Halloween. And my son Daniel and myself had a lot of fun making this very special Halloween video for you, because that will be our very first Halloween video. I promise you, you will really enjoy it. It has a fun little twist to it that we cooked up for you and for your very special Halloween enjoyment. So until then, I hope that you have a wonderful week, and as always, happy hacking.